Do you know why a turkey gets a presidential pardon every year? It's just one of the intriguing mysteries behind Thanksgiving. From the iconic turkey feasts and Macy's parade to the deeper historical narratives and acts of kindness. Let's go through these 21 curious facts about Thanksgiving that we've compiled for you today. Origin. Thanksgiving in the United States has its roots in the early 17th century, when the Pilgrims, who had recently arrived on the Mayflower, celebrated a bountiful harvest with the Wampanoag Native Americans in Plymouth, Massachusetts. The Pilgrims, seeking religious freedom, foundation for the Thanksgiving tradition. The true story of the first Thanksgiving in 1621 differs from the commonly known version. The Wampanoag people, integral to this historic event, were not originally invited. At that time, the Wampanoag and English colonists had a mutual protection agreement formed because the English possessed guns, a new and powerful weapon. When the colonists celebrated their successful harvest with gunfire, it alarmed Massasoit, the Wampanoag leader. He and his warriors rushed to Plymouth, prepared for battle. However, upon realizing it was a celebration, they joined in. Massasoit's men contributed by hunting deer and gathering food, making the three-day celebration a collaborative effort. Date. Thanksgiving celebration takes place on the fourth Thursday of November in the United States. President Franklin D. Roosevelt set this date officially in 1941. Before this, Thanksgiving had been celebrated on different days depending on the state, and Abraham Lincoln first declared it a national holiday in 1863 during the Civil War. The date chosen was to create a more extended holiday shopping season, helping boost the economy. Turkey tradition. Roast turkey is the undisputed star of most Thanksgiving meals in the U.S. The tradition of serving turkey dates back to that first Thanksgiving feast in 1621, when the Pilgrims and Native Americans likely enjoyed wild turkey as part of their meal. Today, millions of turkeys are raised explicitly for Thanksgiving dinners, and families often have their unique recipes and methods for preparing the bird. It symbolizes abundance and a nod to the holiday's historical roots. Presidential pardon. The tradition of the president pardoning a turkey began with President Harry Truman in 1947 and has continued ever since. Often, the pardoned turkey is sent to live out its days on a farm or in a petting zoo. This light-hearted tradition is a way for the president to inject humor and compassion into the holiday season while raising awareness about the turkey industry. Macy's Parade. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City is a beloved annual event that features giant character balloons, elaborate floats, marching bands, and celebrity performances. Millions watch the parade both in person and on television. The parade has a storied history, starting in 1924, when Macy's employees organized a Christmas parade to kick off the holiday shopping season. It has since become a Thanksgiving tradition, with the giant balloons being one of its most iconic features. Football tradition. For many Americans, Thanksgiving Day is synonymous with watching football. The NFL typically schedules games on this day, and football fans gather to enjoy the action with family and friends. This tradition can be traced back to the early days of the NFL, when the league saw the Thanksgiving holiday as an opportunity to attract larger crowds to games. The tradition continues today, with 3 NFL games typically played on Thanksgiving Thursday. Canadian Thanksgiving. Canada also celebrates Thanksgiving, but it falls on the second Monday in October. It has similar themes of gratitude and a harvest festival, but is separate from the American holiday. Canadian Thanksgiving can be traced back to various European traditions and explorers who came to North America before the Pilgrims. It's a time for Canadians to give thanks for the harvest and blessings of the past year. Cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce is a classic Thanksgiving side dish. About 20% of all cranberries consumed in the United States are eaten during Thanksgiving, either as sauce, juice, or in dishes like stuffing. Cranberries are native to North America, and Native Americans were using them in cooking long before the arrival of European settlers. Today, cranberry sauce is often made by simmering cranberries with sugar, and sometimes other flavorings, creating a sweet and tart condiment that pairs perfectly with turkey. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is the quintessential Thanksgiving dessert. Millions of pies are baked and consumed during the holiday, featuring a spiced pumpkin filling in a flaky crust. The tradition of using pumpkins in desserts can be traced back to the early American settlers, who learned about pumpkins from Native Americans. Pumpkins were readily available and became a staple ingredient in early American cooking. Black Friday. The day after Thanksgiving, known as Black Friday, marks the beginning of the holiday shopping season. Retailers offer steep discounts, and shoppers often line up outside stores early in the morning to score deals. Black Friday has become a cultural phenomenon, with people sometimes camping out in front of stores and even engaging in shopping frenzies. The term Black Friday is believed to have originated in the 1960s, referring to the day when retailers' profits went from being in the red, losses, to in the black, profits, due to the holiday shopping rush. Indigenous perspectives. It's important to note that Thanksgiving has a more complex history from the perspective of Native Americans. For many, it symbolizes a painful period of colonization, displacement, and conflict rather than a simple harvest feast. The arrival of European settlers had devastating consequences for indigenous populations, including loss of land, resources, and lives. Some Native Americans and their allies used Thanksgiving as a time to raise awareness about these historical injustices and promote cultural understanding. National holiday. Thanksgiving was officially declared a national holiday by President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 during the Civil War. He proclaimed it a day of thanksgiving and praise to our beneficent Father who dwelleth in the heavens. Lincoln's declaration came at a time when the nation was deeply divided, and he saw Thanksgiving as a way to promote unity and gratitude during a challenging period in American history. Traditions vary. While turkey is a common feature of Thanksgiving feasts, the specific dishes and customs vary widely by region and cultural background. Some families incorporate dishes from their heritage into the meal. For example, in the southern United States, it's common to find dishes like cornbread stuffing and sweet potato pie alongside the turkey. In New England, you might come across dishes like oyster stuffing and Indian pudding. Presidential proclamation. Each year, the sitting President of the United States issues a Thanksgiving Day proclamation. In this proclamation, the President offers gratitude for the nation's blessings and encourages Americans to reflect on their reasons to be thankful. The tradition of presidential Thanksgiving proclamations dates back to George Washington, who issued the first Thanksgiving proclamation in 1789. Friendsgiving. In addition to or instead of traditional family gatherings, some people celebrate Friendsgiving. It's a time for friends to come together, share a meal, and express gratitude for one another's company. Friendsgiving has gained popularity in recent years, especially among younger adults who may be unable to travel home for the holiday or want to create unique traditions. Detroit Parade. The America's Thanksgiving Parade in Detroit is one of the country's oldest and largest Thanksgiving parades. It features elaborate floats, marching bands, and celebrity appearances, drawing thousands of spectators. The parade has a strong sense of community involvement, with local schools and organizations participating in the festivities. It's also known for its grand finale when Santa Claus arrives to mark the official start of the Christmas season. Thanksgiving in outer space. Thanksgiving isn't just celebrated on Earth. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station, ISS, have their own version of Thanksgiving. They enjoy specially prepared turkey and all the traditional trimmings, thanks to NASA's food scientists who create dehydrated, vacuum-sealed versions of these dishes that can be rehydrated and enjoyed in microgravity. It's a unique way for astronauts to feel connected to their home planet and celebrate the holiday while orbiting Earth. Cornucopia symbolism. The cornucopia, often called the Horn of Plenty, symbolizes abundance and prosperity. It's frequently associated with Thanksgiving and is often depicted overflowing with fruits, vegetables, and other harvest bounty. The origins of the cornucopia as a symbol can be traced back to ancient mythology, where it represented the horn of the goat Amalthea, which fed the infant Zeus. Alternative proteins. While turkey is traditional, some people choose to have alternatives for various reasons. Tofurkey, a tofu-based roast, is a popular choice for vegetarian or vegan Thanksgiving meals. It offers a protein-rich option that aligns with dietary preferences and restrictions. Additionally, various other meat alternatives, such as vegetarian lasagna or stuffed acorn squash, cater to a wide range of tastes. National Dog Show. The National Dog Show, an annual event held on Thanksgiving Day, showcases purebred dogs from various breeds. It has been broadcast since 2002 and has become a favorite Thanksgiving TV program for many. The show follows the tradition of the Kennel Club of Philadelphia, which has been hosting dog shows since 1879. It features a variety of breeds competing in categories like Best in Show, and it's a fun and heartwarming addition to the Thanksgiving TV lineup. Volunteerism. Thanksgiving is a time of giving thanks and giving back. Many people volunteer at soup kitchens, shelters, and charitable organizations on Thanksgiving to help those in need, emphasizing the spirit of gratitude and community. This tradition of volunteerism reminds us that Thanksgiving is not just about indulging in a delicious meal, but also about sharing our abundance with less fortunate people. It's a time to reflect on our blessings and extend a helping hand to those who may be struggling. In conclusion, Thanksgiving is multifaceted with a rich history and a tapestry of traditions. From its humble origins in the 17th century to the modern-day feasts, parades, and acts of charity, Thanksgiving is a time for Americans to come together, express gratitude, and celebrate the abundance in their lives. While it has evolved over the centuries, its core message of thankfulness remains at the heart of this beloved holiday. Whether through food, family, volunteering, or simply counting our blessings, Thanksgiving reminds us of the importance of gratitude and community in our lives.